Hi, my name is Druba, and I'm applying for the Go Volunteer Abroad Scholarship. So first I'll discuss the two essay questions pertaining to that scholarship, and then I'll talk about what I hope to be my volunteer abroad experience and what I hope to get from that. So the first question is, why is cultural diversity important to you? And I think that we all arrive at our own truths and our own decisions, and we make our choices based on past experiences, both on the individual level and as a society. So I think that the more experiences that we can have, and the more we understand different cultures and different people, the better we can make decisions that are in the best interest of not only ourselves but everyone. So growing up in Southern Indiana, I wasn't exposed to a whole lot of cultural diversity. My family didn't have a whole lot of money to travel, as much as we would have liked. We went here and there to see family and on vacations, but we really didn't venture too far out of the Midwest United States very often. So when I came to college, it was really sort of an eye opener, just because I've been in student organizations and athletic teams and a fraternity where I've been around people and made some great friends from all different walks of life and all different socioeconomic classes. And the biggest thing that it's done for me is it's given me just a hunger to see more of the world and more of the people in it and see how other people live. And I'm just fascinated by that sort of thing because I think that we all have, whether we like to admit it or not, our own preconceived notions and our own prejudices about how these people live and what these people do and what this religion is like, but we really don't know until we go experience that. So my goal is to be able to just throw all those away and say, well, I know that's not true because I lived with these people for a month, or I spent a semester here working alongside with these people, and they're really not any different from us. So I think the biggest thing for me about cultural diversity is just that we all contribute to the world that we live in our own unique way, and none is any better than any other. It's just different, and I think that you take out the thinnest slice of the pie, and the pie still isn't whole. So, to me, it just means that we need to be able to experience a lot of different things in order to make well-rounded decisions in our lives. So, the second question is, how have you promoted cultural diversity amongst your peers? I think that's a tough question because it's hard to sort of promote that kind of thing, and it's hard to get people to buy into if they don't want to. Um, but I think that the way I do that is sort of cultural tourism in a way. I guess like I'm not the typical spring breaker. I've never been to Florida on spring break. I don't plan on going. Um, we go, my friends and I. Some of the guys on the cross country team go every fall break and every spring break. We go to a different place. Um, Last year we went up to Holland, Michigan for fall break. Um, just kind of picked a spot on the map and went. We wanted to go north because most people go south about that time of year. So we went up to Holland and learned a little bit about Dutch culture and that sort of thing. And I'm not the type of person to go when I travel places. I'm not going to eat at McDonald's or Wendy's. I'm going to find a hole in the wall restaurant, and I'm probably going to order the most obscure thing on the menu. Uh, so that's what we did. We went out and we went to a wooden shoe factory there. That's kind of like just like the Dutch make them. And we got to watch people make the shoes and paint them, and that was a really cool experience. That's something that most college students wouldn't really want to do. And I came back and we told people about it, and they looked at us like we were kind of weird, but it was a lot of fun, and it's something that I'll probably never go back, but at least I can say that I've seen that sort of thing, and I've kind of experienced it. Um, and then for spring break this past year, we went down to Potosi, Missouri, which is a little tiny town about an hour south of St. Louis. So we went down and we camped for a couple of days. We spent some time in the town. Just we had a track meet actually the one Saturday in St. Louis, and so we went down there early and camped in Potosi and spent some time down there enjoying the local cuisine and that sort of thing, and then met the rest of the track team up in St. Louis for the weekend. So that was a good experience just to get away from the whole city side of what everyone else was doing and just see a pretty rural area that none of us were really used to. But again, we went down and ate the local food, and we were locals for a couple of days. So I think that, like I said, it's hard to promote, cultural diversity among your friends and among your peers, but that's the way that I go about it. I try to convince people that, you can go to Florida pretty much any time. There's always a beach there. Um, but you never know when the cool places like Holland, Michigan, um, when that wooden shoe factory is going to close down, or when your next chance to go camp in Potosi, Missouri, in 6 inches of snow, as it turned out, when that will be. So I think just having a broad range of experiences just makes you more well-rounded as a person, and in the long run, usually I think you have more fun doing that kind of stuff anyway. So the last thing I wanted to discuss is my potential volunteer abroad experience. I've been accepted into a program called Beyond Study Abroad. It's a unique experience for collegiate student athletes. So I will go down during the month of January, and I will live with a host family in Costa Rica, right outside of San Jose. And I will take a couple of classes at either the University of Costa Rica or a small Veritas University. So I'll take a couple of classes, live with a host family, and then I'll spend a 3 or 4 hour chunk of every afternoon working with youth sports camps. So I'll work with underprivileged youth in the San Jose area. And the reason they choose student athletes is so that we can go down and teach them our sport. So, we'll go play basketball with them, or we'll play football with them, or teach them running, or whatever the case may be. So that's the part that I'm most looking forward to. I'll go take a class. Looking at the syllabus, probably like a photography class or something like that. But I think the best part for me is going to be working with the kids, and part of it will be challenging myself because I'm not a fluent Spanish speaker, and obviously that's Costa Rica's language. So I'm taking a Spanish class now to kind of freshen up a little bit from high school, but it'll be a challenge, and it's something that I'm looking forward to because, again, I'll probably never have the opportunity to do something like this. I'd like to think that eventually I'll be able to travel to somewhere like that, but I'm never going to be able to live in that environment, with the host family, and actually see what it's like to live in that culture for an entire month. And also just to see the kind of kids that we're going to be working with. I don't think are in a very good situation, most of them. So just to kind of see the struggles that they go through, and just to be able to help them, I think would be rewarding on so many levels for me. Just because I love working around kids. I love giving back in any way I can, especially if it has something to do with sports, which I love. So for me, it's an ideal experience, and I can't wait to go. So I'm hoping I can get the financial side of it worked out, which is where you guys come in. So I would love the opportunity to go, and I would love any help that you guys could give me. So I appreciate your time.